Welcome back to Aero Exploration and another This Week in Aviation History. I'm your host, Jim, and on this episode, we're talking about the day that the world witnessed the first flight of the Boeing 747. On February 9th, 1969, this aircraft would redefine air travel and revolutionize the aviation industry. The 1960s was a time of explosive growth in commercial aviation. Airlines needed something bigger and faster and more efficient to meet the rising demands for air travel. Enter Boeing with a bold vision for the world's first wide-body jetliner. But bringing the 747 to life was no easy feat. It was a massive gamble that would make or break the company. Building the 747 meant building an entirely new factory, the largest building in the world by volume, in Paine Field in Everett, Washington. At the same time, engineers worked tirelessly to create a revolutionary aircraft design. The 747 was originally designed to carry between 366 and 452 passengers, with a wingspan of nearly 196 feet and a length of 231 feet. But its most defining feature, the unmistakable hump on the upper deck, which originally served as a lounge before being repurposed for more seating in later versions. Now, the power behind the Queen of the Sky was 4 Pratt & Whitney engines capable of generating nearly 47,000 pounds of thrust. These engines were groundbreaking, but they also presented some serious challenges in early testing. By February 9th of 1969, the moment of truth had arrived. At the controls was Boeing's chief pilot, Jack Waddell, joined by an engineering test pilot of Brian Weigel and flight engineer of Jesse Wallach. Hundreds gathered as RA-001, named City of Everett, prepared for its maiden voyage. At 11:34 a.m., the crew would ease the throttles forward and the engine roared down the runway, reaching 269 kilometers per hour before lifting off the ground. As the massive aircraft climbed, history was being made. Now, this first test flight would last roughly an hour and 15 minutes. The crew performed critical evaluations, including simulated loss of hydraulic power and cross-control maneuvers like Dutch rolls. However, when the flaps extended to 30 degrees, the aircraft began to shake violently. The crew immediately reverted to 25 degrees of flaps, but it was clear something wasn't right. Flight engineer Wallach would inspect the aircraft and confirmed that there's a section of the right wing's flap that had loosened. While this would force the team to cut the flight short, they did still take the opportunity for a good old air-to-air photograph session, capturing the breathtaking images of the 747 in flight against the Washington state backdrop. Now, despite these minor setbacks, the flight was an undeniable success. As Waddell put it, the Boeing 747 is a pilot's dream. It's a two-finger airplane. Over the next year, rigorous testing led to the FAA certification of the aircraft, and in 1970, Pan Am would be the first airline to introduce 747 to commercial service. Over 1,500 Boeing 747s were built, serving countless roles beyond commercial flight. From NASA's shuttle carrier to Air Force One, the 747 proved to be one of the most versatile aircraft ever built. After 53 years, production of the 747 ended in 2023, with the delivery of its last freighter model. But its legacy endures. The 747 transformed air travel, making long-haul international flights more accessible and comfortable. And for aviation lovers everywhere, it will forever be known as the Queen of the Skies. Today, you can see that first ever 747 City of Everett stand proudly at the Museum of Flight in Seattle, a testament to the innovation and ambition that shaped modern aviation. Well, that will do it for this edition of This Week in Aviation History right here on Aero Exploration. If you enjoyed this deep dive of the Boeing 747, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next episode. What is your favorite 747 memory? Let us know in the comments, and until then, we'll see you next time right here on Aero Exploration.